After several days spent on Gagarin, I got a message from my parents back in New Atlantis. I arrived late, yet there were still plenty of people in the streets, some restless, some restful, after a long day. I hopped the transit from the spaceport to the residential quarter. Trust my parents to not only pick a great neighborhood, but also one of the most sought-after apartment buildings too. Pioneer towers oozed luxury, both from the outside and the inside. From the moment you step indoors, it feels like everything is glowing somehow. My parents always had a knack of knowing when I would arrive. Dad sent me a note whilst I was on Gagarin, something about an unknown creature near an outpost. But my parents also had some loving words.
So good to see you. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. You eating well out there?
I still can't get over you being here. And it's not even Mother's Day. So, I gotta ask, is there anyone special in your life?
That was not something I wanted to discuss with my mom, so with that, I made a swift exit. My parents had always told me about how Jemison looked a lot like Earth. We've only ever seen vids, but I imagine myself walking around the forests of North America. The outpost was quite small and well protected, with robots patrolling the camp. The main shop owner gave me the coordinates for the last known sighting of the creature, next to sprawling white geological spiky rocks. As I observed the rock formations, I kept feeling a rumbling that got louder and more intense with every passing second, until I heard several gunshots. I ducked for cover to observe, and there it was, a real terramorph. I obviously didn't want to startle it or put myself in any danger, so I followed it, sneaking in its footsteps. But my curiosity got the better of me as the creature caught my scent and rushed towards me. I grabbed my shotgun and scrambled to defend myself from its huge claws. Adrenaline filled my veins as the creature finally fell. Its body stumbled into a ditch, revealing its earlier victim. An explorer, much like me, perhaps also hoping to study the terramorph. I snapped some pictures for my collection, but no sooner had I taken them when I heard more screams and more fighting. When I arrived, I saw an apex parrot hawk guarding fresh reef walker scavenger corpses. I did not fancy becoming the next meal, so I took some photos and snuck away. I found more reef walkers and studied their behavior. Their giant bills filled with rounded teeth seemed perfect for chomping the rocks and sands, filtering for insects and nutrients. But my mind was on the terramorph still, and I had to find more answers. My dad had always told me to enlist in the vanguard, but I had always assumed them to be nothing more than militia. I spoke with a recruitment officer there, and as soon as I mentioned the terramorph, he smiled and somehow convinced me to enlist. I explored the well set out and informative museum, but I never expected what lay around the corner, a perfect model of a terramorph. This was it. This is the key. This is how I find the terramorph.